Close the door with the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three.
Lined into left field for a base hit.
Hit in the air. That's going to be the second baseman. They have a chance for two, and they got him.
Run. The throw is in time for the out.
Lifted high into left field. Ball is way back, and that ball is way gone.
Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on YourLiveEvent.com.
Baseball time here on YourLiveEvent.com as we get to our Irie Insurance pregame show. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service you deserve. They cover it all. Home, auto, crop, commercial, and benefits insurance. Go to IrieINS.com to get a free quote today as the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros host the Thompson Tommies again in boys baseball action. James Martin's hanging out with you here this afternoon. Top two teams in the Region 2 standings, although the overall records might make you think something different as the Thompson Tommies, they are the defending state champions, and makes sense that they are at the top of the standings. Hillsboro-Central Valley, 2-0 in region play, 2-5 overall. They are coming off an 8-2 victory over Mayport CG after falling in 5 of their first 6 contests. So look to be improving, and they look to pull off the big upset here for today. In fact, if you look at the overall records, and take the regional records out of it, just look at the overall records. The Thompson Tommies are 10-0. The rest of the region are 6-17-1. So Thompson Tommies, they're off to a hot start here. Again, 10-0. They had a stretch where they had 3 shutouts in a row. In fact, 3 10-0 results in a row against Rugby, Velva, Drake Animus, and Kindred Richland. And they got shutouts in 4 of their first 6 and 7 of the 10 games, or 5 of the first 10 games they have played so far. They have only allowed here this season 18 runs, scoring 7 runs or more in each of the first 10 games of the year. Impressive stuff for Nate Solis and the Tommies. We'll talk to him in just a little bit on our pregame interviews. We'll hear from Ben Strand as well. Plus the colors and the starting lineups. And before you know it, the first pitch from Hillsboro as the Burros welcome Thompson on YourLiveEvent.com. Again, Thompson Tommies, Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros will come on back here with our Dakota Heritage Bank pregame interviews next.
It's the most prestigious, challenging rewarding tour on dirt. The most wanted, baddest outlaws, and the most powerful late models on the planet. The world of outlaws, King's Late Models.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at Enbridge.com.
Lee Brothers Sales, Highway 9 in Ada, invites you to order your new Chevrolet vehicles. From the Silverado, Trailblazer, and Traverse, Lee Brothers is your authorized Chevrolet dealer, providing sales and service to the area since 1975. For ordering your vehicles, talk with Mitch Smurfer J. Trust the experts who know your vehicles best and take advantage of great Chevy certified service offers today. Lee Brothers Sales, Highway 9, Ada. Call 218-784-2000.
Hi, this is Chrissy Thompson from the Hillsboro-Central Valley School, reminding you that ethics, integrity, and respect are values important to our daily lives. In our sporting events, educational lessons, and lifetime values taught by school activities. Remember that one simple word, sportsmanship. It's how you play the game. This message is from the Hillsboro and Central Valley School Districts.
I was visiting with Ben at the Hillsboro Body Shop, and we discussed, well, a lot of things. And then we were discussing, when do you think about the body shop? Most times it's after your vehicle gets damaged from an accident, hitting a deer, hailstorms, scratches, dents, windshield cracks. Ben says, beep. I say, when you need the repairs to your vehicle as you're thinking of the Hillsboro Body Shop, call Ben. 701-636-4981.
On our Dakota Heritage Bank pregame interviews ahead of today's contest between Thompson and Hillsboro-Central Valley and the baseball diamond, battle of the two top teams right now in Region 2. Chatting with head coach of Thompson and Nate Solis. And Nate, the target's on your back with your guys being the defending state champions, and you've answered the call so far going to your first 10 games, 10 wins in the season. What's been the biggest thing that you've seen this year so far?
A consistent offense. We've been able to put up 7 more runs every game, and if you're going to win a lot of baseball games when you do that. Pitching, we had 1 or 2 games that wasn't maybe our greatest, but for the most part they've been pretty consistent, throwing strikes, letting our defense work. Defense needs to pick it up a little bit. We've had a few games here in a row that's a little bit uncharacteristic for something that we want to hang our hat on about our program and playing good defense. So that's got to get cleaned up, but I'm expecting us to do that today and bring our A game.
Braden Wolfgram going to get the start here on the mound. Of course, a lot of promise from him, a lot of good stuff from him. What are you hoping to see today?
Yeah, I mean, he's just going to be consistent. He's going to be Braden. He's going to work fast, and he's going to throw strikes. And we'll let our defense work. He got a lot of confidence behind our defense, and he can really take over a game. And once he gets in a groove, he really starts to work quick and do a good job of throwing strikes. And you got to throw the ball over the plate, and he does it pretty well. And let the defense hit it, but he doesn't really miss in the middle too much to where they can do more damage. It's a lot of weak contact, roll me over, and like I said, let our defense make plays.
Matchup against Hillsboro-Central Valley today. They seem like they are improving at just the right time. What do you notice sales from Ben Strand's squad?
Yeah, I know that they lost a little bit last year, and they're relatively young, but I know that there's a lot of young talent there, and we see it as you grow and you watch Babe Ruth and Legion in the summer, and you see how those guys play, and they were really talented last year at the Babe Ruth level, so they have that talent coming up, and it's just about getting that experience, getting a comfort level for it. They're well coached, and they play hard, so we're going to have to bring our A game to get a W today.
And Coach Nate Solis joining us here in our Dakota Heritage Bank pregame interviews. Coach, thanks for the time. Best of luck today.
Thank you.
Full Service Foods in Hillsboro provides contract packaging and private label foods for your local and regional retail stores. Full Service Foods is a leader in the upper Midwest for less than truckload quantities for contract manufactured sauces and dressings. They are a privately held company with a reputation for quality and customer service. Full Service Foods is proud to be in Hillsboro and bringing employment opportunities to the area. Find out more at fullservicefoods.com. Full Service Foods of Hillsboro, proud to support this community event.
At Dakota Heritage Bank, we know your schedules can get hectic, and you don't always have time to get to the bank during regular banking hours. We make it easy for you with mobile banking, online banking, and bill pay, services that we offer for free. This is Michelle with Dakota Heritage Bank, inviting you to do your banking with us anytime, anywhere. Just go to dhbanknd.com or download the mobile app for convenient on-the-go banking, serving you with locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
For all your fresh floral needs, rely on 3R Floral on Main Street in Hillsboro. If you have an upcoming wedding or special event, contact 3R Floral to help with your floral needs for the occasion. Call 3R Floral at 701-636-2000. You can also find gift ideas for all occasions. Check out the new decor to spruce up your home and office for the new year at 3R Floral. And don't forget about Hillsboro Gifts, featuring Borough apparel for all Borough fans. Check out the 3R Floral Facebook page and see some great gifts available. If you can dream it, we can do it at 3R Floral in Hillsboro.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime. Serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond, we are your neighbors, friends, and family, committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsboro, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you, because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank. Strong bank, strong communities.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks, they make sure your vehicle gets the best standard of care to get it back on the road as quickly as possible. Lonnie and his team are some of the most highly trained in the industry. With state-of-the-art technology and superior products, your vehicle will leave in great condition. With their drive-in claims area, the process is smooth and easy. Let Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks provide you and your vehicle with premium care and attention. Open 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Abra Auto Body and Glass of Grand Forks.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
On our Dakota Heritage Bank pregame interviews, chatting with the head coach of the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros, ahead of today's contest with the Thompson Tommies, top two teams in the region. And, of course, Coach, the defending state champions come to your place today, and schedule doesn't get any easier.
No, that's right. We've gotten a couple games in with Hatton Northwood and Mayport. This will be more of a test for us, I guess. We faced some good pitching throughout the year, and we saw in the lineup that Wolfgram's going to be on the mound, which we were hoping for because we want to see the best on the mound. So, these guys have seen him before. Hopefully they're able to hop on him early, and, hopefully we're able to put the ball in play because they're pretty good defensively. So we want to put some pressure on them early.
Got an opportunity to pick up a win again last week before the weather rolled in against Mayport CG. Your thoughts on what you saw in that game, what you hope to carry over to this one?
That one we did take advantage of the other team's mistakes, Mayport's mistakes. They had some pass balls, and we were aggressive on the base pads. That's what we want to be as a team. We only had one error, and that ended up turning into an out. So, we want to limit our errors. We want to make the plays, the easy plays, and then, snag some of the in-between, the harder plays. So we're hoping we can get a lot of strikes out of Chase to start and then let the defense work behind him.
You mentioned Chase Hafley going to be on the mound to start the game. What have you seen from him so far this year, and what do you hope he'll improve on as the season goes along?
He's always been a guy that throws a lot of strikes, and this year he's been a little more struggling a little bit more to find the zone, especially early in the game. So we've worked a little bit in practice on some things. He's a confident kid. He loves to compete. So we're hoping he's able to from the get-go hit the strike zone and give everybody a chance. And we love to see him compete up there. So we want to give him a long outing.
Seems like the bats are starting to wake up a little bit, and the pitching's complementing that. What else do you see that needs to be improved going into the game against Thompson?
Well, we try to preach in practice and all preseason, and then now when we have some practices between games, to try to take away the outside pitch from the opponent, and when we get down with two strikes. So, Wolfgram's experience, he works, he can hit the corners, so we want to be able to take away that outside pitch. So today, that's what we're hoping to see, some guys grind out some at-bats for us.
Hillsboro-Central Valley head coach Ben Strand joining us here on our Dakota Heritage Bank pregame interviews. Coach, best of luck today. Thanks so much.
Thanks for all the coverage.
And that concludes our Dakota Heritage Bank pregame interviews. Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. dhbanknd.com. More on the pregame next.
All Works Underground Utilities, LLC specializes in directional boring and plowing of underground utilities. Contact Dylan Stevens, 218-261-3090. Power lines, communications, water and sewer lines. All Works LLC can get the job done. All Works LLC works with residential and construction contractors in Minnesota and North Dakota. Contact Dylan Stevens with All Works LLC, 218-261-3090.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
It's a spring sale with additional discounts on all trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro. With everyday lower prices, Bloomfield Enterprises is offering additional discounts through April 30th. All trailers have spring sale discounts and price savings. Dumps, tilts, utility, equipment, and car trailers, plus goosenecks and flow aluminum trailers. Talk to Tim at 701-430-0877 or Larry at 218-368-7989. See Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro for big spring sale discounts on trailers.
Central Valley Bean Cooperative in Buxton, North Dakota has adapted to the growing needs of the edible bean industry since 1982. Production of edible beans helps many growers in the Red River Valley make their farming operation more profitable. These growers are also producing a nutritious, high-protein food source, helping feed a hungry world. Central Valley Bean Cooperative in Buxton, with receiving stations in Hatton, Sharon, Larimore, Devils Lake, Wilton, Washburn, Lincoln, Peasic, East Grand Forks, Grafton, and Garski. Learn more at centralvalleybean.com or 701-847-2622.
Hey growers, when working on your water management solutions, call Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. They are your water management contractor, helping you with tile drainage plans, service drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad 701-430-0182 to get your water problem solved. For more information, follow Chad's Excavating on Facebook. For tile drainage and service plans, call 701-430-0182. Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Almost half of the energy used in homes goes toward heating and cooling the spaces we live in. Energy Star certified heating and cooling equipment can improve your comfort while lowering electric bills. Through its Bright Energy Solutions program, City of Hillsboro offers rebates for a wide range of energy-efficient equipment like heat pumps and central air conditioners. You can also get a rebate for having your cooling system professionally tuned up. Call the City of Hillsboro to learn more about rebates or visit BrightEnergySolutions.com. Back here on our Irie Insurance pregame show on YourLiveEvent.com. James Martin's back here with you from Hillsboro as the Burros and the Tommies battle it out. Taking a look at our schedule, by the way, for the rest of the week. What happened yesterday? A split between Northern Cass and Hillsboro-Central Valley. The Burros taking game one, 14-7. But they nearly had game two. They led it 9-4 rather. Northern Cass rattled off 6 runs in the 7th to get the 10-9 come from behind victory to win the game. So Northern Cass, Hillsboro-Central Valley, they split a pair yesterday. Also, Mayport CG, they stay undefeated with a 15-0 win over Grafton. They've outscored their opponents 50-0 in the first 3 games of the year. Again, games today, other than Thompson, Hillsboro-Central Valley, here on the baseball diamond. Crosstown, Hillsboro-Central Valley girls softball hosting Central Cass, and Northern Cass visits Central Cass for baseball. And weather pending, Friday and Saturday, we've got the Enderlin Jamboree down in Enderlin, of course, and Thompson baseball would have their second game of the week as they host North Star in what could be a state tournament preview. But again, the weather doesn't look great. Looks like it's going to rain all day on Friday, and a good chance for rain on Saturday as well. So we'll certainly see what we get in, but it's not looking too grand right now for the weekend. Take a look at the baseball standings. Of course, Thompson's got the best record in the state, 10-0 overall, and at least for Division B, and 2-0 in region play. Again, Hillsboro-Central Valley, 2-5 overall, 2-0 in region play. Maple River, at least according to NDHSAA, has yet to play a game this season. They're hoping to get one in this week. Laramore's 0-3. Nelson County Dakota 1-2 overall, 0-1 in the region. Hatton Northwood 1-3 overall, 0-1 in region play. And Mayport CG 2-4-1 overall and 0-2 in region play. And actually, that record should be updated to being 1-4. Really 1-4 overall and 0-2 in region play. Regional leaders around the rest of the state. Kindred Richland leading the way in Region 1 with a 5-2 overall record. South Border leads Region 3 with a 2-1. Oh, actually, leads Region 3 with a 2-1 overall record, but a 1-0 region record. Best record right now belongs to New Rockford Cheyenne at 4-1, but the region record's at 1-1. We'll have the Region 3 tournament as well as the Region 1 and 2 baseball tournaments on yourliveevent.com. Grafton Spoilers, they lead the way here for Region 4, 5-1 overall, 2-1 region play. Leading Region 5, Harvey Wells County, actually. They're 4-2 overall, 3-0 in the region. North Star, 3-2 overall, 2-1 in region play as they lost at Harvey Wells County 9-5. I've spent a good amount of time in Region 5. I don't know the last time that North Star lost to Harvey Wells County in a region game. It's probably been at least 4 or 5 years since that has happened. So the Hornets surprising everybody here in Region 5. Region 6, Bishop Ryan, Nedrose, and Velva Drake Animus, both of the top 6-1 and 6-2 overall records, 3-0 and 2-0 in the region. Region 7, that's going to be a good one as well. DLB leads the way 6-2 overall, 2-0 region record. And Region 8 is led by Shiloh Christian, 8-2 overall, 3-0 in region play. But I got to say, Harvey Wells County, they are definitely surprising as the last few years they finished in the bottom of the Region 5 standings. It's usually been Botno, Rugby, it's usually been North Star, then a fight between Rugby and Botno, and then Northern Lights comes in that 4th spot. Harvey Wells County's kind of had a battle with Dunseith for 5th the last few years, but they're hoping to turn things around this year. So kudos to the Hornets at Harvey Wells County. Let's get you now to our starting, or we'll get you to our starting lineups, I should say. We'll come back in a little bit and get you to our starting lineups here next.
This is Dustin Nagel with Dakota Heritage Bank. We're a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. At Dakota Heritage Bank, we can assist you with all of your banking needs, including checking and savings accounts, credit and debit cards, loans of all types, and more. We offer free mobile banking, online banking, and bill pay services. Just go to dhbanknd.com or download the mobile app for convenient on-the-go banking with Dakota Heritage Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And we're coming on back here for our starting lineups presented by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life, great careers, quality products, grow our own, crystalsugar.com. Starting for the Thompson Tommies, leading off the shortstop, number 13, Thomas Schumacher. Batting second, the second baseman, number 10, Drew Overby. Batting third, the pitcher, number 3, Braden Wolfgram. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 12, William Welke. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 2, Brody Gibson. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 11, Jonathan Muse. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 14, Jordan Gustafson. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 6, Jeremy Tice. Batting ninth, the third baseman, number 1, Braden Tice. And flex spot, number 9, a first baseman, Drew Odenbach. That's the starters here for the Thompson Tommies, coached by Nate Solis, his 4th year. And he's assisted there by Rylan Ovdom. And we will give you the starting lineups for the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros after the national anthem.
My coworkers here at Degelman are super supportive. We all get along. Makes for a really easy work day, easy work week.
From day one, I felt like it's been a big family here at Degelman.
Our culture at Degelman is really second to none. It's truly a family atmosphere.
It feels really great to be a part of a team that is building some of the toughest equipment in the farm industry.
I'm Madden Scunberg. I'm confident on the field, and when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
I'm Tylee Johnson. I'm confident in the arena, and when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
Head on over to the website, rjbroadcasting.com, and download the digital copy of the 2024 Spring Sports Guide. It's free and available for you to download on the website, rjbroadcasting.com. You'll be able to download the free copy, digital, the Spring Sports Guide with bios, coaches' comments, also schedules and information for the spring sports seasons in our region. Check out the complete project. It's downloadable now for your device. It's at rjbroadcasting.com, the Spring Sports Guide.
Coming on back here as we get set for the top of the first. Let's continue our starting lineups. Presented by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life, great careers, quality products, grow our own. crystalsugar.com. And take that window back out there. Get the windows open here for you. Starting for the Burros, leading off the catcher number 5, Tyson Leshik. Batting second, the shortstop number 7, Kyle Halfley. Batting third, the pitcher, who's warming up right now, number 2, Chase Halfley. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 10, Braden Chenault. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 15, Riley Richter. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 4, James Fortman. Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 17, Landon Olson. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 8, Carter Limke. And batting ninth, the right fielder, number 3, Cooper Broughton. Let's start with head coach Benjamin Strand and Kevin Locken. The Burros in the gray jerseys. Blue numbers outlined in white. Burros in blue on the front of the jersey. Tommy's in the green jerseys, gray pants, white batting helmets. White numbers, or gray numbers outlined in white on the jersey for you. First pitch was scheduled for 4 o'clock, just a couple of minutes behind that. Leading off for the Tommies, it'll be the 3 seniors in Schumacher, Overby, and Wolfgram. Leading things off here again. Thomas Schumacher, the shortstop, number 13. We're getting ready to roll here on YourLiveEvent.com. Again, Halfley draws the assignment first for Hillsboro-Central Valley. The pitcher's mound. As Schumacher steps into the box here. First pitch is inside. There for ball 1. That one's going to be fouled away. Count now goes to 1-1 for Schumacher. One pitch. Schumacher gets a hold of that one. Deep left field. It's gone! What a way to lead off the game there for Tommy Hotshot. Thomas Schumacher. A solo bomb to left. Starts out the game with a 1-0 lead. I believe our second home run.
Now batting second baseman.
Our first home run on this diamond. Second in Hillsboro as the girls softball team picked up a homer as well earlier this season. So I believe that's the first one here in the park this year. Drew Overby, the second baseman, comes up to the dish here now, and a 1-0 lead for the Thompson Tommies. Pitches the ball there. Count now goes to 1-1. Again, a 1-0 lead. Overby, grounder to the shortstop. Toss to first is in time for the 6-3 out. First out of the inning here now.
Now batting number 3, Braden Wolfgram.
Brings in now Braden Wolfgram, the pitcher. Number 3, right-handed batter, senior as well. Pitch is a strike. Count goes 0-1. Welke on deck and Gibson in the hole. Pitch is another strike there for Halfley. Count goes now 0-2. Chase Halfley with the 0-2 pitch. Got away that time now 1-2. Halfley, the 1-2 pitch. Wolfgram gets a hold of that. Slingshot right into the left fielder's glove. For the second out of the inning.
Now batting number 12, William Wilkie.
Brings in here now William Welke. Welke Jr. Catcher. Right-handed batter with 2 down now. First pitch. Fouled. Two outs again on the board. Bases are clear. And a 1-0 lead off the leadoff homer by Thomas Schumacher. Pitch the ball. Count goes to 1-1. Gibson on deck and Muse in the hole here for Thompson. Pitch another ball. Top 2 teams in the Region 2 standings. Thompson, the top team overall, undefeated on the year. 2-1 pitch. Right 2. Thompson well on their way to keeping their streak going of consecutive games scoring 7 runs or more. 2-2 pitch. Went away there. Double full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Will Welke for the Tommies. Chase Halfley on the mound there for the Burros. Full count pitch. Grounder on a 3-hop to the shortstop. Toss to first is in time for the 6-3 out, second of the inning. To close out the top of the first, but a solo homer for Thomas Schumacher. Gets things going for the Tommies. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, 1 earned run, and nobody left on base. Burrows will come up as we go to the bottom of the second here on YourLiveEvent.com next.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at Enbridge.com.
Don't be fooled by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
Contact Ryan Opdahl, your local Farmers Union insurance agent, at 701-436-5777 or use the QR code to connect with the agency. It's a spring sale with additional discounts on all trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro. With everyday lower prices, Bloomfield Enterprises is offering additional discounts through April 30th. All trailers have spring sale discounts and price savings. Dumps, tilts, utility, equipment, and car trailers, plus goosenecks and flow aluminum trailers. Talk to Tim at 701-430-0877 or Larry at 218-368-7989. See Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro for big spring sale discounts on trailers.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
And back here as we get to the start of the bottom of the first. Burrows get a chance to face Braden Wolfgram for the first time here today. Tyson Leshik, Kyle, and Chase Halfley do up here for Hillsboro-Central Valley. First pitch is a strike. Count goes 0-1 to Leshik. 0-1. 0-2 now. Wolfgram slung it in there. Going to work here early. Take a little bit more time here for this third pitch. Leshik, sophomore, righty. Catcher. There's the pitch, grounder. Foul down the first base line. Count remains 0-2. Wolfgram and the windup, 0-2 pitch. Ball one. Heard in the Dakota Heritage Bank pregame interviews, Ben Strand, coach for the Burros, saying they just hope to see guys battle to stretch out Wolfgram's pitch count early on, as that's a nice hit just over the glove there of the shortstop in Schumacher, who got us started with a homer. Single there for Ty Leshik in 5 pitches. Here comes the senior,
Number 7,
Kyle Halfley. Senior shortstop, number 2, Halfley with a man on. Again, Schumacher, a solo homer leadoff to start the game. That's how the Tommies have the initial lead. First pitch is a ball here. Count goes 1-0 with Chase Halfley on deck and Chenault in the hole for the Burros. Wolfgram takes a crack at first base. No chance at a tag there as Leshik's well back in time. He'll get off the bag here a little bit once again. Wolfgram taking his time now, delivers the 1-0 pitch. It got away there from Welke. I'll say pass ball that time, getting Leshik to second base. And Kyle Halfley head of the count. It's the tying run now in scoring position with Leshik. You're in the bottom of the first on a sunny Hillsboro. Yesterday, a lot more clouds in the sky. Today, I don't see one. Beautiful. Temperatures in the 60s. And a shot to get to 70 today. I don't think it's going to quite get there. As now, step off the mound there. And Wolfgram and Welke go back to their respective spots. Temperature right now 59, so not quite to the 60s, but certainly feels that way with the heat index. The sun shining down as that's a strike. Count goes to 2-1. Leshik over on second. Nobody down yet as Wolfgram takes a look back at second. Delivers the 2-1 pitch. That goes in. Strike 2. Wolfgram, check back over to second. There's the 2-2 pitch. Just got off the plate that time. Full count surrendered there by Wolfgram. Already talked about one surprising result here recently with Harvey Wells County beating North Star. Can Hillsboro-Central Valley pull the upset themselves? That one's a deep shot to right. It's collected. Leshik's going to try to tag up, and he will just get there in time. So Halfley gets 6 pitches for a deep shot, a fly out to right, but it does move Leshik over to third. Brings in Chase Halfley, the pitcher, number 2. A sophomore here. With Chenault on deck and Richter in the hole. 3 of the starting 4, or the first 4 in the lineup, I should say, for the Burros are sophomores, as foul there for Halfley, the one senior in the first 4 in the batting order. So it's a promising future here for Hillsboro-Central Valley, but they'd like to up their expectations a little bit. It's popped up. Welke goes after it. He's got a chance at it, and he couldn't quite find it. Count goes to 0-2. In with Leshik staring down third base. Wind is oh so calm. If you were tuning in to Mayport CG and Grafton yesterday, not sure how it was for Hillsboro Northern Cast, but the wind was, just say, obnoxious. Really affected things there right now. Not so much. Wind's at about 10 to 15. As that one sent deep left field, and that one goes foul as well. As Wolfgram. 0-2 pitch. And that dies just over the shortstop's head, and Schumacher. So we'll call it a fly out to the shortstop.
Number 10, Braden Chenault.
They're in 4 pitches. Second out of the inning as well. Brings in here Braden Chenault. Chenault, sophomore, third baseman, number 10. Smacks that one, right field, trying to catch up to it, and cannot. It's fair. Chenault's going to go to 2. An RBI double for Braden Chenault. Tying the game as Tyson Leshik will come home to score. And the Burros, the runner in scoring position to take the lead.
Now that is number 15, Riley Richter.
First pitch as well for Chenault is Riley Richter. Junior, first baseman, number 15. Pitched the Burros to their home opening win over Mayport CG. In a 1-1 tie here on the Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. A 1 pitch. Richter swings, misses at that one. Count goes 0-2. Neither pitcher so far with a strikeout. Through the first 5 combined outs, they've both given up a combined 3 hits and 2 earned runs. Wolfram 0-2 pitch. Richter is the victim of the first strikeout of the game for Braden Wolfgram. 1 run off a pair of hits. No errors. The 1 run was earned, and there's 1 left on base. Pitch count for Braden Wolfgram through the first inning that he's had. 19. 1-1 tie. Here as we go to the bottom of the second, or top of the second, excuse me, on YourLiveEvent.com.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey Swatch autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles Hillsboro.
At Halstead Living Center and Heritage House in Halstead, they remain committed to their original mission of providing living environments for seniors that maximize health, independence, and quality of life. Residents can enjoy hobbies, socializing, programs, and more at Halstead Living Center and Heritage House communities. For more information on Halstead Living Center and Heritage House in Halstead, call 218-456-2105 or log on to halsteadlivingcenter.com.
Start of the top of the second and a 1-1 tie between the Tommies and the Burros as Brody Gibson's second pitch gets a hold of that one. It is going to go foul left field. Count goes to 1-1.
After that ground rule double is number 11, Jonathan Mew.
Oh, and actually, beg your pardon, they're going to call it a ground rule double there. Kind of lost it out there at left. Must have bounced out of play, and so give Gibson a double on that one. Brings in now Jonathan Muse. First pitch, a strike, looking, count goes 0-1. Gustafson on deck and Jeremy Tice in the hole. So Thompson, runner in scoring position to regain that lead on that Golden Harvest Tim Gazette seed sales scoreboard. 0-1 pitch. Strike 2. It's Chase Halfley in search of his first strikeout of the game. His counterpart, Braden Wolfgram, just got one. Muse, a junior. Left fielder. That one is low and away. Count goes 0-1-2. There's the pitch and a strikeout there. First out of the inning there, and the first strikeout of the game for Chase Halfley.
Now batting the DH, number 14, Jordan Gustafson.
Gustafson comes up here now for the Tommies. Gustafson, senior. Designated hitter there for the Tommies. This pitch is high. Count goes to 1-0 with the Tice brothers on deck and in the hole. Jeremy and then Braden. One correction as well. I mentioned 3 seniors to start. Schumacher is a junior. Apologies there. There are 3 seniors, actually 4 seniors on this team. Overby, Wolfgram, Gibson, who's currently sitting on second base. And the gentleman at the plate here now in Gustafson. 2-0 is the count. 2-0 pitch. 2-1 here now. Halfley takes a check over to second. 2-1 pitch. Fouled to the mesh. Count out to 2-2. Both pitchers have now given up a pair of hits on the game and have recorded a strikeout. They've given up as well an earned run. Pitch high and inside. Full count here to Gustafson. Halfley takes a check over to second. Full count pitch. Gustafson gets a hold of that one on the 6th pitch of the at-bat. Center fielder Landon Olson tried to chuck it on in, but not enough. An RBI single for Gustafson, scoring Gibson. And the score is now 2-1. Thompson regains the lead.
Now batting number 6, Jeremy Tice.
As Jeremy Tice comes up to the dish here for the Tommies. Right fielder, number 6, right-handed batter. Sophomore. Throw back to first, not in time. One out still on the board here in the top of the second. Pitch. A little off the plate there. Count goes 1-0 to Tice. Jeremy Tice, Braden Tice on deck to round out the order the first time through here for the Tommies. Barring a double play, they will get through that order one time by the end of this inning. Strike looking that time, 1-1 is the count. Halfley steps off the bump here for just a little bit. And there's the 1-1 pitch. Grounder. And the shortstop there for the Burros. Kyle Halfley couldn't quite handle it. And so it'll be an E6 for Jeremy Tice. Gustafson goes over to second. And one out remains on the board. Braden Tice comes up to the plate here now, 6'2 junior. Right-handed batter, third baseman. First pitch. Fouled. Out of play. Count goes 0-1. Top of the order on deck here with Schumacher, who homered to left to lead off the game. Halfway with the 0-1 pitch. Strike 2 to Braden Tice. Halfley, 0-2 pitch. Inside, ball 1. Runners now first and second, one down here. Top of the second. Halfley takes a check over that way, 1-2 pitch. That's fouled back. Count remains at 1-2. First place in the Region 2 standings up for grabs here in this one. Both these teams will meet for their second game next week. It was supposed to be last week, but the weather pushed it further down the month. That one's outside, and the count goes to 2-2. As Tyson Halfley in a battle here. 2-2 pitch. Ball 3, and pass ball allows the runners to move. Gustafson over to third. Jeremy Tice over to second. Full count pitch coming up here. Pitch number 7 of the plate appearance, faced by Braden Tice. Swing and a miss. Halfley battles to get that one, but he does get the strikeout, his second of the inning, end of the game. That's 2 down now.
Now that is number 13, Thomas Schumacher.
Brings in Thomas Schumacher, the junior. Again, I want to correct myself. At number 13, shortstop. There's the pitch. Schumacher swings and misses that one. Count goes 0-1. Over beyond deck, Wolf Graham in the hole here. For the Tommies, looking to stretch the lead here. 0-1 pitch. Schumacher, grounder, 2-hop to the third baseman. Toss to first is in time. Nice stretch there by Riley Richter to help get the third and final out of the top of the second. There was one more run for the Tommies. Off a pair of hits, there was one error, one earned run, and there were 2 left on base. Pitch count of that inning for Chase Halfley was, I've got him down for 14 and 17, 24. Halfley for a total of 40 for the first 2 innings of work. Score 2-1. Thompson has the lead for Hillsboro-Central Valley as we go now to the bottom of the second.
The Hillsboro-Central Valley Booster Club is made up of parents, fans, and community members who work together to build team and community spirit. The Hillsboro-Central Valley Booster Club supports Hillsboro and Central Valley students in their school activities and encourages all students to be involved in the activities at your school. The Hillsboro-Central Valley Booster Club takes great pride in uniting the communities to support the boroughs, encouraging everyone to promote school spirit, sportsmanship, and to support the Hillsboro-Central Valley students. It's the Hillsboro-Central Valley Booster Club.
Bottom of the second, we go here on YourLiveEvent.com. James Fortman due up here now, senior second baseman for the Burros. First pitch is an inside ball 1. Landon Olson on deck, Carter Limke in the hole. There for the Burros. Strike count goes 1-1. Wolf Graham finished off the first with a strikeout. Giving up a couple of hits and an earned run. He tries to put together a nice rhythm here. He is behind the count now, 2-1. Wolf Graham going quick as that is fouled and out of play. Count goes down to 2-2. And started off, 3 of the first 4 in the batting order are sophomores. We've hit the senior part of the lineup here as the 4 remaining batters in this lineup for Hillsboro-Central Valley are seniors. Fortman on a 3-hop to the shortstop. Toss to first is in time for the 6th 3 out. For the first out of the inning. Brings in Landon Olson, the future Mayville State Comet football player. Olson, since the last time we saw the Burros, moved up in the batting order 1 spot from 8 to 7. Gets a hold of that one. Deep shot to center. Goes towards the wall. And Olson with a stand-up double on the first pitch. That's the tying run now in scoring position. Brings in another senior here, Carter Limke. Cooper Broughton, another senior on deck. So 5 seniors, 3 sophomores, and 1 junior in this batting order here for Hillsboro-Central Valley. As Olson is halfway to tying this game up once again. Wolfram's first pitch is a strike. Carter Limke, again, the senior left fielder, number 8. A lot of times the outfielders are maybe the best hitters and usually higher up in the batting order. This time the outfielders all close out the order. As that gets through the infield, I'm going to give that a hit there. I don't think it touched the glove. I don't think Overby got quite low enough to get that one. Olson gets over to third.
Now that is number 3, Cooper Broughton.
Landon Olson to third, and Limke over to first on the infield single. Brings in Cooper Broughton, the senior right fielder, number 3, right-handed batter here to round out the order the first time through. These teams playing nearly identical games so far. It's been fun to watch here as we reach about the first half hour of this one. First pitch. Ball high. Count goes 1-0. Again with Leshik on deck and Kyle Halfley in the hole. Runners at the corners, still 1 out on the board here, and a 2-1 lead for the Tommies. Wolfgram, the senior righty, delivers. Another ball. Most runs that Thompson has allowed this season is 6, which was 2 Mayport CG. Count goes to 2-1. Game in which they won that one, obviously 7-6. But the Burros, of course, defeated Mayport CG earlier, 8-2. Wolfgram steps off the mound here for just a little bit. Runners trying to challenge. 2-1 pitch. It's high, 3-1. As Broughton putting a little pressure on Wolfgram here. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Full count here now. So the Burros try to even this up here. 2-0 in region play, 2-5 overall for Hillsboro-Central Valley. Once again, Wolfgram steps off and looks both ways before getting back onto the mound. Full count pitch. Fouled back. I think Broughton was going to go check swing. It did hit the bat. And it went foul, of course. 3-2 pitch. Outside. There's a walk drawn. 7 pitches to get it. And now we have the bases loaded with 1 out on the board.
Now that is number 5, Tyson Leshik.
Tyson Leshik 1 for 1 with a base hit. He has the lone run here for the Burros, trying to deliver the lead. As that's a ball there to Leshik. Kyle Halfley on deck, Chase Halfley in the hole. The Burros threaten, trying to give the defending state champions their first loss of the season. It's fouled back. Count goes 1-1. Be a big boost here for Hillsboro-Central Valley. So these two teams figure to be probably the top two teams in the region. As that gives the Burros, we'll see if it gives them the lead, and it will. A 2 RBI single for Tyson Leshik. Bringing home Landon Olson, Carter Limke.
We got number 7, Kyle Hafley.
Makes it now 3-2. Hillsboro-Central Valley. Hafley on the day 0 for 1, a fly out to right. Is now the runners at first and second, still with 1 out on the board. Wolfgram tosses one back towards second. As Broughton gets back there in time. And again, update that Golden Harvest Tim Gazette seed sale scoreboard. It's now 3-2, Hillsboro-Central Valley. Pitch the ball. Count goes to 1-0. Chase Hafley on deck and Brayden Chenault in the hole here for the Burros, who have taken their first lead of the game. Grounder to the pitcher, Wolfgram. Toss it to second, to first. Got them both! The one, I believe it was Schumacher to come over. I would say 1-6-3 double play. Get the second and third outs of the inning. Good end there for the Tommies. But the Burros have taken the lead off 2 runs off of 3 hits. There were no errors. Both runs were earned, and there was 1 left on base. Pitch count here goes to 5, 10, 20. Put Schumacher up to 39 on the game. Going to the top of the third. Hillsboro-Central Valley takes a 3-2 lead here on YourLiveEvent.com.
There's more at 104. Hillsboro, North Dakota has everything you want in a hometown. Business opportunities, great jobs, and a top-notch school. Shovel-ready lots for your next idea. Great jobs in manufacturing, healthcare, and agriculture. An excellent education for your kids with small class sizes and lots of school spirit. Plus easy access to I-29 and the conveniences of North Dakota's largest cities. Build your future in Hillsboro and see why there's more at 104.
Start of the third here on YourLiveEvent.com, and Hillsboro-Central Valley has a 3-2 lead. For the Thompson Tommies, Drew Overby comes up here. He's off against Chase Hafley. Overby gets a hold of that one, and that is collected there by Broughton out in right field. Fly out to right for a quick.
Now batting number 3, Braden Wolfgram.
First out of the inning. Brings in now Braden Wolfgram. Wolfgram 0 for 1 with the line out to left field. And his first at bat, first pitch, the ball. Count goes 1-0. Not sure if and for how long Thompson has trailed this season. Wolfgram fouls it out of play. Count goes now 1-1. Welke on deck and Gibson in the hole here for the Tommies. Pitch. Strike 2. Count goes 1-2. There's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good strikeout there for Hafley. That's now 2 outs on the board.
Now that is number 12, William
Brings in
Wilkie.
Will Welke. 0 for 1 with a ground out to end the first. First pitch. There's strike 1. Halfley, 0-1 pitch. Strike 2. Halfley on a little bit of a roll here. 3 strikeouts in his last 6 batters space. Trying to make it 4 out of the last 7. 0-2 pitch. A little high and away, 1-2. Gibson on deck, Muse in the hole. 1-2 pitch. Bob up. And there it goes. Second home run of the day for the Tommies. Welke gets it this time. And we're tied at 3. Another solo shot at that.
Now batting number
Still
2,
with 2 outs on the board. Brody Gibson, center fielder, right-hander, senior. Number 2 comes up to bat. And the count goes to 1-0. 1-0 pitch. 2-0. Again, these two teams playing nearly identical games. The only difference is Hillsboro-Central Valley working more through the infield to get their hits. And Thompson choosing to go long. Although you don't really choose where the ball goes. If you could, the game would be very different. Full count, or 3-0 pitch. It's a walk. First walk given up by Halfley today. Has given up now 4 hits. He's struck out 3. As we get a mound conference here for Ben Strand. And the Burros. 2 down and a runner on first now. Tie ball game as Halfley will stay in there for now.
Now batting number 11, Jonathan Muse.
Jonathan Muse comes up here now for the Tommies, 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the second. Go-ahead run, and Gibson is off the bag now at first. Here's the pitch. Fouled. Back by Muse. An attempted check swing. Gustafson on deck. Jeremy Tice in the hole here for the Tommies. Wind picks up just a bit. Toss back to first. Not in time. As Halfley delivers the 0-1 pitch. Strike 2. Halfley trying to get out of the inning without too much damage done. 0-2 pitch. Smack on that one. Goes to left field. Nice slide there for Gibson going to third. Deep single for Muse, advancing to second on the throw to third. And that brings in Gustafson.
Jordan Gustafson.
Gustafson here, 1 for 1 RBI single to bring home Gibson. So trying to do a little deja vu here as again we got runners now at second and third. Still 2 outs on the board. Pitch. Strike 1. I think some would say that the hardest out to get is the last one in the inning. Homer, walk, single. With 2 out, all with 2 outs on the board for Thompson. 0-1 pitch. Low now 1-1 as the pitch count starts to climb here for Halfley. Came in with 40 pitches thrown. Halfley, 1-1 pitch. It's fouled. Count goes down to 1-2. the Burros. They do have a couple of Minnesota games on the schedule set for this weekend, this Friday actually. Red Lake County Central and Crookston. A triangular at Crookston. 1-2 pitch. Gustafson goes down in 4. We'll see if the weather holds up for those Minnesota contests. But one more run comes across for the Tommies off a pair of hits. There were no errors. 1 earned run, and left on base, there were 2. Pitch count through that inning. I have at 21 for 61 for Halfley. Bottom of the third coming up next year on YourLiveEvent.com.
Hillsboro Dairy, with delivery of fresh dairy products and more to your home door. I've had Hillsboro Dairy delivering cold, fresh dairy products and other items to my door for years. 3 main reasons why. It's the convenience, the products are fresh, and the delivery service from the Udder Guy. Nobody does it like the Udder Guy. Every week, we get the CT. Please call him at 701-436-5877. Delivery right to your door from Hillsboro Dairy.
For your Burros is number 2, Chase.
Bottom of the third we go here on YourLiveEvent.com. James Martin's hanging out with you. It's a 3-3 tie. It's Chase Halfley due up now for the Burros. That pitch a little high as to duck to get away from that one. Count goes 1-0. Pitcher 0 for 1 with a fly out to short. Gets a hold of that one. Left fielder, center fielder converge, and the center fielder will grab it. Call it a fly out to center that time for the first out of the inning. Brings up here now Braden Chenault, 1 for 1 with a double.
That is number 10, Braden Chenault.
Back in the first. Both teams, they have scored at least 1 run in each of their innings so far. Count goes 0-1 here in the early going to Chenault with Richter on deck, Fortman in the hole. 0-1 pitch outside. They're 1-1. Wolfgram, the 1-1 pitch, fouled. To the match count goes 1-2. And you look at Thompson, they've had some pretty impressive results in their first 10 games of the year. That one's ball 2. Thompson getting a pair of 9-4 victories against Roseau. It's their last contest. As it's strike 3 that time. Looking in 5 for the second out of the inning.
Now by number 15, Riley Richter.
Riley Richter comes up here now. Other games on the schedule for Thompson. They started out with a pair of wins over Rugby, 13-2 and 10-0. First pitch to Richter is a strike. Count goes 0-1. 10-0 wins then over Velvet Drake Animus and Kindred Richland. A 10-2 win over Grand Forks Central, arguably their best win of the year. Wolfgram trying to get going here. He's already ahead of the count here, 0-2. 0-2 pitch, a little high and away, 1-2. Win as well at Park River, 11-0. Then that tight one against Mayport CG, 7-6, before a shutout win over Nelson County Midcota, 9-0. And then the 9-4 wins over Roseau. As that's the first half inning. We didn't have a run scored. No runs, no hits, no errors, no earned runs, and nobody left on base in just 11 pitches. Back for the top of the fourth here on YourLiveEvent.com next.
Hillsboro Drug and Gift is your area full-service pharmacy with prescription and over-the-counter medications, cough, cold, and flu medications, health and beauty items, and more. They offer mail-out service and free delivery in Hillsboro and Halstead. And remember, you can now text Hillsboro Drug anytime for your prescription refills at 701-636-5231. There's always something new with a great selection of seasonal items, gifts, and cards for all occasions at Hillsboro Drug and Gift. They're always happy to help you, and they thank you for your business at Hillsboro Drug and Gift.
The Hillsboro Vets Club thanks you for your support of their activities and events. Stop in and to check out their new menu. Enjoy the Vets Club appetizers every Wednesday from 5 till 7. And as I've said many times, they have the best roasted chicken around. Enjoy roasted chicken every Saturday from 5:30 till 7:30. Get there early because sometimes it's gone early because it is the best roasted chicken. Fries and coleslaw also available with this meal every Saturday. Dine in or take out. The Hillsboro Vets Club.
It's time for an in-game update presented by Farmers Union Insurance Agent Ryan Opdahl of Hillsboro. Home, auto, business, farm, life insurance. Does it all. You visit him at the office in downtown Hillsboro or give him a call, 701-436-5777. That pitches the ball to Jeremy Tice. Count goes to 1-0. Both teams exchanging 3 runs each in the first 3 innings. And outside of that last half inning, that one's fouled. Both teams scoring in every half inning except for, again, the bottom of the third for Hillsboro-Central Valley. A couple of solo homers for Thompson. It's Tice now behind the count 1-2. Couple solo homers for Thompson, one by Thomas Schumacher and another there for Will Welke. With a run in between by Brody Gibson. That's the 3 runs for the Tommies. That one's low. Count goes 2-2. For Hillsboro-Central Valley, Ty Leshik scored a run, as well as Landon Olson and Carter Limke off a nice second inning. Chase Halfley delivers a strikeout. The pitchers have done well despite allowing hits and runs. They have gotten their fair share of strikeouts. Now that's the fifth of the game for Chase Halfley for Hillsboro-Central Valley, and Brandon Wolfgram for Thompson has got 3 of his own. As that one's popped up, as the catcher goes after it, the pitcher now goes after it. He loses it, and it drops fair. So an infield blooper single there for Tice, Braden Tice.
Now batting number 13, Thomas Schumacher.
Gives the go-ahead run. As again, that's our quick in-game update presented by Farmers Union Insurance Agent Ryan Opdahl of Hillsboro. Runners now aboard with 1 out on the board as well. It's Thomas Schumacher 1 for 2 with a solo homer to start out the game. Ground out in the second. First pitch there is a strike. Count goes 0-1. And could very well be seen a preview of the region championship contest. Of course, in this region, along with Thompson and Hillsboro-Central Valley, Maple River, Larimore, Nelson County, Dakota, Hatton, Northwood, and Mayport CG. 7 teams. A 1 pitch. Strike 2. Schumacher, Overby on deck, and Wolfgram in the hole. Top seed gets a first round bye, I do believe. Pitch is low. Count goes to 1-2. One-two pitch. Bouncer to the pitcher. Toss to first well in time for the 1-3 out. Does move Braden Tice from first to second.
Now batting number 10, Drew Overby.
Does put a second out on the board as well. Brings in Drew Overby. Overby 0 for 2. Ground out and a fly out in the first and third, respectively. 2 outs on the board here in the top of the 4th. As Chase Halfley and the Burros look to keep this game tied. First pitch, a strike. Count goes to 0-1. Wolfgram on deck and Welke in the hole. One pitch. Inside there, ball 1. Halfley in the windup, 1-1 pitch. Overby gets a hold of that. Over the glove of the shortstop. And a runner will score. Braden Tice comes home for the first time today. As Overby with an RBI double.
Now that is number 3.
With,
Braden
again,
Wolfram.
2 outs on the board. As again, the Tommies take the lead. 4-3. Both teams have had at least a 1-run lead. But no team has had more than a 1-run lead in this game. First pitch a ball to Braden Wolfgram. Wolfgram 0 for 2. Line out and a strikeout. 1-0 pitch. Inside, ball 2. By the way, the 7 combined runs scored by 7 different batters. Both these teams. Nobody has 2 runs yet in this game. Halfley takes a check over. Second, there's the pitch. It's ball 3. Halfley's only surrendered 1 walk so far this game. That was back in the 3rd. 3-0 pitch there. There's a strike. Welke on deck. Gibson in the hole. For the Tommies, trying to extend their lead. Best record in the state for Class B. They're 10-0. On the way, in Class A, Minot as well is 10-0. Overall record, of course. As that pitch the ball and a walk drawn there for Wolfgram. Pitch count starting to climb a little bit there for Halfley. As I was finishing a thought I mentioned earlier, again, the Burros, right now on the schedule, they have games scheduled in Crookston, between Red Lake Falls and Crookston. But that would be 3 days from now. So you got 2 solid days in between, 3 full days of rest. So if you really wanted to get Halfley in there, you could. Stretch them out just a little bit more, but not sure those games are even going to happen with the weather the way it looks. So Welke fouls it back, showing off that power as he homered in the 3rd. 2 home runs in this game for Thompson, the other by Schumacher, of course. 0-1 pitch. It's low. Count goes to 1-1. Good corralling there by Ty Leshik, catcher for the Burros. To avoid seeing the runners go. And runners now on first and second with 2 down here in the top of the 4th. 1-1 pitch. As that goes out to the shallow right field. And a runner will come home to score. RBI single there for Will Welke. Bringing home Drew Overby. Wolfgram goes over to 3rd as well. As Thompson has had their biggest lead of the game of 2 runs, 5-3.
Now batting number 2, Brody Gibson.
Again, with 2 outs on the board. The last 3 runs have come with 2 outs on the board. For Thompson. Wolfgram at 3rd. Welke over at 1st. Brody Gibson up to bat, 1 for 1 with a base hit and a walk and a run scored. Pitch the ball. Count goes to 1-0 with Jonathan Muse on deck and Jordan Gustafson in the hole. Toss back to 1st, not in time. Both teams have played a pretty clean game so far. Each have them down for, or actually just 1 error in the game for Hillsboro-Central Valley, none for Thompson. That pitch is a strike. Count goes to 1-1 here. It's Gibson. One pitch. Grounder down the first base line. Should be an out to end the inning, and it is. 1-3 out to close it out here, but not before 2 more runs come across off of a trio of hits. There were no errors. Both runs were earned, and there were 2 left on base. Pitch count for Hafley in that inning was, I believe, 24. Headed to the bottom of the 4th. Burrows try to continue to stay tight with Thompson here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Not everyone can get Secret Service level protection, but with Irie Insurance you can. You see, we've got your back, protecting homes, vehicles, businesses, crops, and so much more. Ensuring you've got the protection you need and all your questions answered faster than you can say classified information. Get protected. Get Irie Insurance. Go to IrieInsurance.com for a free quote and consultation.
Are you dreaming of building or remodeling your dream home? This is Sonia from the Lighting Gallery, and we can help you from the time you start that dream to the time that your last fixture is hung in your room. We can come out to your house and do an in-home lighting design, picking out fixtures, working within your budget, working within your style, and putting together a full lighting package for you that makes your house feel like a home. If you're building, you're remodeling, visit us at the Lighting Gallery, located at 3622 South Washington Street in Grand Forks.
Bottom of the 4th we go, a 5-3 lead for Thompson. Brandon Wolfgram back out onto the mound to face James Fortman. First pitch is a strike. Count goes 0-1. Wolfgram ended the 3rd with back-to-back strikeouts. 1 pitch, fouled. Count goes 0-2. We're spinner up here in the bottom of 4. 0-2, Fortman on a roller. It bounced off the second base. Well, home field advantage there for the Burros. Fortman is aboard on an infield single. Brings in Landon Olson. 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored.
Now
back in the 2nd.
Number 17, Landon Olson.
That's the 6th hit of the game for the Burros. Thompson with 8 hits themselves. First pitch to Olson. Outside, nice nab there from Welke. Avoid letting that one go. Count goes 1-0 to Landon Olson. Limke on deck, brought in the hole to round out the order the 2nd time through for Hillsboro-Central Valley. 1-0 pitch. Downstairs, 2-0. Again, Thompson, 2-run lead. That's the largest lead for either team today. 2-0 pitch. Strike 1. Wolfgram check over to first. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss there, 2-2. Wolfgram, 2-2 pitch. Olson, foul. Count remains at 2-2. 50 pitches coming into the 4th for Wolfgram. 84 for Chase Hafley, by the way, is his count. Olson, try to get that one to drop, and it does. But Fortman didn't. Fortman, and I'll give his defense there. Fortman didn't quite know what to do on that one because it looked like the runner was going to be able to get to it out and in the outfield, but it did drop at the last second, and so Fortman just kind of caught in a rough place and couldn't get back to second in time. So he's forced out at second, first out of the inning. Wilson does get aboard with the single. And brings in Carter Limke. First pitch, swing and a miss. Count goes 0-1. Broughton on deck here for the Burros. Wolfgram. A 1 pitch. Foul. Count goes 0-2. Olsen off the bag there at first. The tying run now in the batter's box there for the Burros. 0-2 pitch. And that's strike three. Limke goes down looking. Second out of the inning. Brings in now Cooper Broughton. Broughton drew a walk back in the second. Olsen right now stranded over on first. Wolfgram allowed 3 runs in the first 2 innings. He has not allowed one since. Allowing just a couple of hits in that span. Here's the pitch. Low ball 1 for Broughton. Wolfgram, the 1-0 pitch. Straw ball 2. Pitch number 65 today is what I've got for Braden Wolfgram. 2-0 pitch. Going inside. Ball 3. Cooper Broughton in a fight for 7 pitches to get his previous walk. See if he can get it in 4. He cannot. Strike 1 there that time. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, and Landon Olsen over on first base here as the Burros reach the bottom of the order for the second time today. Pitch is a strike. Good battle back there for Braden Wolfgram. Gets into a double full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Olsen off the bag at first. Grounder. 3 hop to the second baseman. Toss to first in time for the 4-3 out. To end the threat. No runs off a pair of hits. There were no errors, no earned runs, and 1 left on base. And just 18 pitches to get through that 4th inning. 5-3. We go to the top of the 5th here. Thompson will try to add to their lead here on YourLiveEvent.com.
You're feeling that spring sensation, and that means it's time to put a spring in your step over to Mayport Hardware. They've got it all: the seeds, soil, pots, and garden tools you need to make your green thumb glow. If you're spring cleaning, pick up some paint or rakes to spruce up your home and yard. They also have appliances to put that tax refund to good use, and the bikes and lawnmowers, they're just ready to roll out the door. Keep that spring sensation at Mayport Hardware, Trail County's Hardware Hank on Main Street in Mayville.
You can buy beef by the quarter, half or whole beef from Mueller Angus, USDA inspected beef. Fill the freezer. Call Dave Mueller at 701-799-3032. 701-799-3032 to purchase beef by the quarter, half or the whole from Mueller Angus, Hillsboro. You can buy beef by the quarter, half or whole beef from Mueller Angus, USDA inspected beef. Fill the freezer. Call Dave Mueller at 701-799-3032. 701-799-3032 to purchase beef by the quarter, half or the whole from Mueller Angus, Hillsboro.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Top of the 5th we go here on YourLiveEvent.com as Jonathan Muse, the left fielder, and Chase Halfley, the pitcher, start out in an even count 1-1. Again, Halfley, I had him down at 84 pitches coming into this inning, so could be the last one for him. I believe it's 125 is the limit for a day. Halfley's done well, though he has allowed 5 runs. But he has struck out, I believe, 5 as well. So he's done enough for sure to keep Hillsboro-Central Valley in this one, as that one is low and away, 3-1. Gustafson, Jeremy Tice set to come up here. And wondering what the count is. I've got down at the boards, got down 3-1. And I think Muse might have thought it was a walk, so he's got to come back to the box there. Thompson Tommies again 10-0. Best record in Division B. Hillsboro-Central Valley trying to put a 1 in that L column. Pitch to strike. Count goes full here. Time on the game here, just over an hour. As he does pick up the walk that time. Does Muse in
Now
6
number
pitches.
14, Jordan Gustafson.
That would be 90 now for Halfley. Gustafson comes up here now for the Tommies. 1 for 2 with a base hit. RBI single driving in Brody Gibson back in the second. Throw out, pickoff attempt at first, not in time. Gustafson and the Tommies look to stretch this lead. There's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Runner goes to second. Haven't seen too many stolen bases today. In fact, that might be our first steal. First successful one that we've seen today. It's Muse halfway to home now. Count goes to 0-1 here to Jordan Gustafson. Jeremy Tice on deck, Braden Tice in the hole. That would be the 3rd time through the order for the Tommies. They've scored 7 runs or more in each of their 10 wins this season. Swing and a miss that time for Gustafson. Count goes 0-2. It's Halfley looking to pick up his 6th strikeout of the game. And he does just that. Gustafson goes down in 3 for the first out of the inning.
Now batting number 6, Jeremy Tice.
Brings it now Jeremy Tice. Right fielder number 6. 0 for 1 on the day. Got on due to an error in the second. Braden Tice on deck, 1 for 2. First pitch. Ball 1. Halfley will likely see 100 pitches by the end of the 5th. We get a pitcher-catcher conference here now. And the Tommies, they've scored 7 runs in each of their wins this season. But it hasn't been all blowouts. Again, that game against Mayport CG, got to go back to that one 7-6. And Coach Nate Solis, he alluded to that a little bit, that they start out really well and then just uncharacteristic things piling up here for the Tommy defense. So we was hoping to see that get rectified in these games. No errors still yet for the Tommies. Just 1 for the Burros, I have to my count. 1-1, pitch here to Tice. It's inside here, 2-1. Halfley. Check over to third. 2-1 pitch. As that's fouled. 2-2 now. And now the ump is giving a chat to Halfley. As he brings the ball back to him. He is closing in on 100 pitches. I think it is, might be 105, not 125, as I previously mentioned, I think is the cap. 2-2 pitch, fouled. Count remains at 2-2. And that's a strikeout there. Jeremy Tice goes down in 6.
Now batting number 1, Braden Tice.
Back-to-back strikeouts there for Chase Halfley. Braden Tice comes up to the plate here now. have him down now. That would be pitch number 100 by Chase Hafley. A 1 pitch. Pops it out. And it does get to the right fielder's glove. And so Hafley makes it through 5 full innings. Fly out to right, no runs, no hits, no errors, no earned runs, and 1 left on base, just 1 walk allowed. A couple of strikeouts as well for Hafley, needing 18 pitches, or excuse me, 17. Get out of that one. 5-3 remains our score as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Hillsboro-Central Valley trying to close the gap on YourLiveEvent.com.
Insurance answers should come easily from local agents you know and trust. Someone down the road, not across the country. From Watford City to downtown Fargo, NODAC insurance agents know the protection you need. From the Peace Garden to the geographical center of North America. We're focused on North Dakota's farms, ranches, small towns, and cities, so the answers are right in front of you. NODAC Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Our Savior's Lutheran Church in Hillsboro, North Dakota invites you to experience the love of God. Our Savior supports all youth with academics, athletics, music, art, dance, and drama, and offer meaningful opportunities for people of all ages. Join us for worship at 8:30 or 10:30 each Sunday morning, in person or watch on television, HTC Channel 34, or online, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or at oslchillsboro.com.
Bottom of the 5th here in Hillsboro. Thompson continues to lead 5-3 in the Golden Harvest Tim Gazette Seed Sale scoreboard. The Burros have hung around the whole time. It's now Tyson Leshik up for Hillsboro-Central Valley. Pitch the strike. That pitch the ball. Count goes to 1-1. Chase Hafley got past the 100 pitch mark there in the last half inning. 101. Pitches. Wolf Graham still got some left in his arsenal. 68 through the first 4 innings. 1-2 pitch. Leshik gets a hold of that one. Shot to left and nabbed there by Jonathan Muse out in left field. First out of the inning. Brings in now Kyle Hafley. Hafley 0 for 2. Fly out and a ground out into a double play. First and second innings respectively. One down here in the bottom of 5 and a 5-3 lead for Thompson. First pitch is a strike. Count goes 0-1. Chase Hafley on deck. Braden Chenault in the hole here for the Burros. Pitch strike. Count goes 0-2. 0-2 pitch. Foul. Wolf Graham. 0-2 pitch. Grounder. Couple of hops to third. Toss to first in time for the 5-3 out. Oh, no, excuse me. Beg your pardon, he was safe.
Now that is number 2, Chase Hafley.
So Hafley's aboard. They're on the single. And so that brings up now Chase Hafley. Tying run now at the batter's box there for the Burros. Fouls it back. Count goes 0-1. Hafley's first hit of the game. Off the bag there at first for Kyle Hafley. Chase Hafley 0 for 2 as well. A couple of flyouts, one in the first, one in the third. Hour into this one. 1 pitch. Grounder. Couple of hops, and that gets through the infield. Another base hit. The Halfley brothers. They both score. We're tied at 5. Brandon Chenault comes up here now for the Burros. 1 for 2 with a double in the first. Trying to deliver a nice hit. Give these Burros a chance to come back and tie this game, at the very least. It's a pitch. Strike 1. And it really might come down to the 7th here. So we look like we're more than able to go to a full complement of innings. 0-1 pitch. Strike 2. As Wolfgram has carded a strikeout in each of the last 2 innings. Looking for another one here. Back 2 strikeouts in the 3rd, 1 in the 1st and 4th. And Chenault got doinked on the helmet. So that's one way to get to first base. Chase Halfley to second, Kyle Halfley to third, bases loaded, 1 out on the board. And Riley Richter, 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts.
Riley Richter.
Great opportunity to give the Burros tied or even to take the lead. Wolfgram, first pitch. Richter, grounder to third, to second, to first to end the inning on a 5-6-3 double play. Chenault out at second. Richter grounds into it, leaving the Halfley brothers on base. Great opportunity, but the Burros unable to capitalize. No runs off a pair of hits. No errors, no earned runs, and 2 left on base. And the pitch count for Wolfgram, 14. Again, clears the bases, and we're headed to the top of the 6th. Thompson still leads 5-3 on YourLiveEvent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
And we have a pitching change, of course. Chase Halfley reached the limit. And he ends 5 innings of work, 101 pitches. Braden Chenault comes in now to pitch. This pitching change presented by Nodak Insurance Company of Hillsboro, Agent Brad Richter. Sales associate Nick Preston in Mayville. For all your insurance questions, see Trail County's Agents with Answers. Again, Agent Brad Richter, Hillsboro. Sales associate Nick Preston in Mayville. Nodak Insurance Company's pitching change, Brandon Chenault will toss here to the top of the order, and Thomas Schumacher as the Tommies look to take advantage of the fact that the Burros were unable to take advantage. Count goes now to 1-0. So again, Chenault at the pitcher's mound. See if we can get the other changes here. That now goes to 2-0. Two-0 pitch. It's ball there as well. Chenault was playing third. Made some changes in the infield here. 3-0 pitch. Strike 1. Schumacher on the day, 1 for 3, a homer to lead off the game. Since then, a couple of groundouts. 3-1 pitch. Schumacher, shot to shallow right, and it drops in for a base hit. Loop single out to right there for Schumacher. Brings in Drew Overby. Overby on the day. 1 for 3 with an RBI double back in the 4th to give Thompson the lead, which they have right now. Adjustments being made there. So Overby steps back into the batter's box. Toss to first. Not in time. So Overby adjusting his gloves now. It's back into the box. Third baseman comes in, his bunt is shown, pulls away, and it's a wild pitch. Either way, Schumacher's going to get over to second. A lot of action going on at that pitch. Overby head of the counter now 1-0. Either way, it does move the runner, the desired effect there of the Thompson strategy. 1-0 pitch. Overby, shot to right, and it is taken by the right fielder this time. Schumacher unable to tag up. First out
number 3, Braden Wolfgram.
of the inning. Brings in here now Braden Wolfgram. Wolfgram on the day, 0 for 2, a walk drawn back in the 4th. First pitch is a strike. Count goes 0-1. On the mound, Chenault. Check over to first. Chenault taking his time here. Runner's going to go for a easy steal there. Schumacher gets over to third. Counts at 1-1 to Wolfgram now. 1-1 pitch. Tie, 2-1. Schumacher off the bag there at third. 2-1 pitch. Wolfgram popped up. It's playable, and Richter couldn't quite haul it in there at first. Count to Wolfgram goes to 2-2. Runner on third, 1 down here in the top of the 6th. Thompson and Hillsboro-Central Valley in a tussle of the 2 top teams in Region 2. Check swing, did he go? Did not. Full count here now to Braden Wolfgram. Will Welke on deck. Brody Gibson in the hole. Full count pitch. Grounder. Pass. Halfley's glove at third. Schumacher scores. Stretches the lead now to 6-3.
Now batting for the Tommies, number 12.
Off an RBI single there for Braden Wolfgram. Brings in now Will Welke. Welke 2 for 3 on the day. Homer and a single. 2 runs batted in, including his own, and a homer in the third. Pitches the ball. Count goes to 1-0. By the way, I believe Chenault and Halfley just switched places. Actually, Kyle Halfley goes over to third from short. Chenault goes to the pitcher's mound. Then I think Chase Halfley moved to the shortstop spot. 2-0. Strike one. I believe that's the 3-man change there. Chenault, 2-1 pitch. Inside there, ball 3. Gibson on deck, Muse in the hole here for the Tommies. Now with a 6-3 lead. 3-1 pitch. Grounder. 2-hop. Short. Toss to second in time. Toss to first in time! For the 6-4-3 double play. Our third double play of the game. First for the Burros. Wolfgram out at second. Welke out at first. But one more run does come across for Thompson off of a pair of hits. No errors, 1 earned run, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Hillsboro-Central Valley in search of some offense. They haven't gotten any since the 2nd. 2 up for the Burros. Fortman, Landon Olson, and Limke trying to come back into this one here on YourLiveEvent.com.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. This spring has been a trying time, and we may feel everything is out of our control. Please remember to slow down and stay safe this spring. Come home to your families each and every night. Please use this time to make sure your planter is ready to go. Keep downtime to a minimum. When you get into the fields, we are here to help you with any planting issues that may come up. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
This is Austin Reed with Dakota Heritage Bank. At Dakota Heritage Bank, we have a strong background in ag and business lending, but we can also help with any auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. If you're in need of a loan, visit us at one of our locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing our heritage, sharing our future.
Bottom of the 6th here on YourLiveEvent.com. James Martin's back here with you. 6-3, Thompson with the lead. Over Hillsboro-Central Valley. Burros come back up with Fortman, Landon Olson, and Limke, 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order. And Braden Wolfgram, 82 pitches. First 5 innings of work. He comes back out there. See if he can get through 6.
Now batting for your Burros is number 4, James Fortman.
James Fortman comes in 1 for 2 with a base hit. Back in the 4th. Ground out as well in the 2nd. Olson 2 for 2. Limke 1 for 2 as well here for Hillsboro-Central Valley. They scored 3 runs in the first 2 innings combined. Haven't scored any since as Wolfgram has found a way to limit the offensive threat. They did load the bases in the last inning in the bottom of the 5th. Fortman swing and a miss at that. He's 0-2 now. Wolfgram 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes. First out of the inning. Strikeouts for Braden Wolfgram. That is his 5th of the game. Has allowed 9 hits, 3 earned runs. For the Tommies, first pitch is a strike. Count goes 0-1 there to Landon Olson. Burros looking for back-to-back wins for the first time this season. As Olson gets hold of that one. And Drew Odenbach nabs that out of the air. Helps when you're about 6'6", 6'7".
Now batting number 8, Carter Lemke.
We'll call that a line out to the first baseman. Second out of the inning. Brings in here now Carter Lemke, 1 for 2 with a base hit in the second, strikeout in the fourth. Swing and a miss, count goes 0-1. The windup 0-1 pitch. Downstairs, ball 1. Cooper Broughton on deck to round out the order the third time through here for Hillsboro-Central Valley. 1-1 pitch. Got away. Nobody's on, so nobody moves. 2-1 is the count here. About an hour and a half in this one. Wolfgram, 2-1 pitch. Got a hold of that through the infield. That's a base hit for Lemke. Burrows need more of that here. As Cooper Broughton comes up to... Nope.
12, Jacob Duffner.
Actually, we'll get a pinch hitter, the senior, number 12, Jacob Duffner. So Duffner in a pitch hit for Broughton. First pitch, grounder, and got through the infield. We'll give that a base hit to Duffner. As Lemke over to second, Duffner on first. And the tying run now steps into the batter's box, and Ty Leshik. By the way, Jacob Duffner and a little bit earlier in the batting order, James Fortman. Both of those guys were one of, I believe, 4 Hillsboro students to be awarded one of our Good Student Awards this past year. Good Student Award on RJ Broadcasting. KRJB, KRJM, KKCQ. And they were honored earlier this month at our Good Student Award banquet. So a couple of Good Student Awards highlighted there, James Fortman and Jacob Duffner.
And the pitcher on his 14, Bryce Miller.
Bryce Miller will also come in to run the bases here for Lemke. So Duffner stays over at first. Again, Miller is in as a pinch runner. Ty Leshik, 2 for 3, gets a hold of that one. It's up, deep shot, left field. Goodbye! We're tied at 6. Our third home run of the game. A 3-run bomb for Ty Leshik on the first pitch. And again, we are tied at 6. Just like that, we got a ball game on our hands.
Now batting number 7, Kyle Halfley.
Kyle Halfley comes in now. Now the third baseman. As again, we are tied at 6 all. Again, 2 outs on the board. That makes it 3 on a line out to short. But what a response for Hillsboro-Central Valley. With 2 outs on the board. Lemke with a base hit. Duffner pinch hit with a base hit. And Leshik, the leadoff batter. It's both teams' leadoff batters, by the way, with a home run. Leshik, a 3-run bomb to left. I believe all 3 have gone to left as well. 3 runs off of 3 hits. No errors. 3 runs earned and none left on base. Tied at 6 as we go to the top of the 7th on YourLiveEvent.com. Hey, this is a good opportunity and an in-game update presented by Farmers Union Insurance. Hillsboro, Ryan Opdahl. Home, auto, business, life, farm insurance, does it all. You can visit him at the office downtown Hillsboro or call 701-436 or 436-05 or 5777. Again, Thompson looked like they might go to their 11th win of the year. Both teams have been in a back-and-forth game the whole way. Thomas Schumacher with a solo homer. As well, Will Welke with a solo homer. Thompson and Hillsboro-Central Valley were tied at 3 through 3. Thompson grabbed a couple more in the 4th and 1 in the 6th. Looked like they were going to slowly pull away, but just in that last inning, a 3-run bomb for Ty Leshik to even things up at 6 apiece. Brandon Chenault comes back in after Chase Halfley started the game, went 5 innings. Wolfgram likely won't see a 7th inning, as the pitch count for him in that last inning
Number 2, Brody Gibson.
was 12. So he would be right now at 80 or 94. For Braden Wolfgram. In-game update presented by Farmers Union insurance agent Ryan Opdahl. So a 6-6 ties. We're into the top of the 7th. Brody Gibson, Jonathan Muse, Jordan Gustafson due up here now for the Tommies. Thompson already with one 7-6 win in region play over Mayport CG. It's the closest any team has come to knocking off the defending state champion in the Thompson Tommies. Not sure where their winning streak is at, extending from last season to this season. Grounder to second, toss to first in time for the 4-3 out. For the first out of the inning. Brings in here now Jonathan Muse. Muse on the day is 1 for 2 with a walk drawn and a single as well. Jordan Gustafson on deck is 1 for 3. Jeremy Tice in the hole 0 for 2. Braden Chenault, nobody behind him. There's the pitch. Strike 1. Again, 3 home runs in this game. I believe all the left field. 0-1 pitch. And that's fouled toward the Thompson dugout down the third base line. Count goes 0-2. Again, no team is led by more than 3. Thompson had a 6-3 lead and is now evaporated, and it's anybody's game. Pitch the ball. Count goes to 1-2. Obviously, if the Burros can pull off the upset, it'd be their biggest win of the season. Thompson, it would be their first loss. Deep shot. Left center. Number 4. Third for Thompson. That was a little bit more to the center. Left center field. Solo homer for Jonathan Muse. And it's now a 7-6 lead for Thompson. Bases once again are clear with 1 out on the board. Jordan Gustafson comes in. He struck out each of the last 2 times. First pitch is a strike. Count goes 0-1. Jeremy Tice on deck. Braden Tice in the hole. 0-1 pitch. Inside, ball 1. It's year number 7 for me. Broadcasting high school sports. It's the most home runs I've ever seen in a game. 2-1 is the count. There for Gustafson. Now 3 homers for Thompson in this game. 1 for Hillsboro-Central Valley. 2-1 pitch. Downstairs, 3-1. In the windup there for Chenault. 3-1 pitch. Got away. Gustafson aboard on a walk. Brings in now Jeremy Tice.
Now batting for the Tommies, number 6, Jeremy Tice.
Tice 0 for 2. Pair of strikeouts. Got on due to an error in the second. Runner now on first and 1 down in the top of the 7th. A 7-6 lead here for the Thompson Tommies. The defending state champions. Best record in Division B as that one goes foul. down the third base line. Close to staying fair, and that would have probably not scored a run. Been a stand-up double for sure for Tice. Count goes to 0-1. Braden Tice on deck to round out the order the fourth time through here for the Tommies. A 1 pitch. 1-1 here now. There to Jeremy Tice. And with that last home run, Thompson has now again scored 7 runs in all 11 games they've played this season. I'm not sure if that was a balk or if that was a hit batsman. Officials are going to discuss. Tice goes over to first. And now Gustafson's at second. And I'm going to go with a hit batsman on that based on what I saw from the official. Gustafson goes over to second. Tice, therefore, goes to first, and Braden Tice comes up to bat here now for the Tommies. Chenault takes a look over to first. First pitch there to Braden Tice is a strike. Count goes 0-1. Top of the order on deck here, Schumacher over being the hole. Boy, it's going to be hard to pick a player of the game here this afternoon. A lot of contributions for both teams. That's another hit batsman.
Now base number 13, Thomas Schumacher.
As now the bases are loaded with, should say 1 out, not 2 outs. 1 out on the board, and Ben Strand looks like he's going to make a change. Might bring in Riley Richter here in this situation. And if he does make a change anyway. And I think Chenault stays out there. So Chenault does stay out there for now. Bases loaded, 1 out on the board. A 7-6 lead for Thompson, but they could really blow it open here and make it difficult for the Burros to come back in the bottom half. There's the pitch. Schumacher had to back away from that one. Count goes to 1-0. About an hour, 45 minutes into this one. 1-0 pitch. Got away. Count goes now 2-0. Chase Halfley, the starter, went 5 innings, went the max. Couldn't go any further. He reached the pitch limit. Chenault comes in. He's done all right. But a big moment here for the Tommies. Try and stay undefeated. 3-0 to Schumacher. And the windup, 3-0 pitch. Strike one, big one there for Chenault. Bases loaded, 1 out on the board. A 1-run lead for the Tommies has now become 2. Makes it now 8-6. Bases remain loaded. Schumacher goes to first. The Tice is to second and third. Gustafson will come home to score. And Drew Overby comes in. First pitch, a strike. Count goes 0-1. A 1 pitch here. Goes downstairs there, 1-1. 1-1 pitch. There's strike 2. Chenault, 1-2 pitch. Overby, just out of reach. Oh, what a play! Double play, I believe. I thought anyway. It went over Chenault's glove. Must have taken a bounce that I didn't see because there's only one out call. It's a force out. Overby on the fielder's choice. Does get over to first. Jeremy Tice is forced out for the second out.
Now batting number 3, Braden Wolfgram.
I thought Fortman had it clean in his glove. It went over Chenault's head. That one's low to Wolfgram. Count goes now 1-0. So Braden Tice goes to third. Schumacher goes to second. Overby goes to first. 1 out on the board. Or 2 outs on the board, rather. 1 left to get for the Burros to get their bats back in the bottom of the 7th. Pitch to strike. Count goes to 1-1. Wolfgram with Welke on deck. That would be all 9 batters seen in the batter's box here in the 6th. 1-1 pitch. Grounder. Couple hops to second, and that will end the threat on a 4-3 out. Limited the damage there. 2 runs off of just 1 hit. That home run for Jonathan Muse. Couple of hit batters, couple of walks. So 2 runs, 1 hit. There were no errors. Both runs were earned. And there were 3 left on base for Thompson. Going to keep it here as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Get an 8-6 lead as we do have a new pitcher. I believe it's going to be Drew Odenbach. Will come in to pitch here for the Tommies. He comes in from his flex spot at third base, so I don't believe there will be any changes. Everybody else, I believe, will stay where they are. As Wolfgram, I believe, comes out of the game. Or Wolfgram might still be in there. Again, Odenbach, new pitcher, a pitching change presented by Nodak Insurance Company. Trail County's agents with answers for all your insurance questions. Agent Brad Richter, Hillsboro, sales associate Nick Preston in Mayville. 2 up for the Burros, 3, 4, and 5. Chase Halfley, 1 for 3 on the day. Braden Chenault is 1 for 2, and Riley Richter 0 for 3. So we do have some infield changes here. Brody Gibson, I believe, comes up to, that's 1, not 2. Braden Tice moves from third to first, and Wolfgram does go to third. So Odenbach goes from first to the pitcher's mound. Wolfgram goes from the pitcher's mound to third, and Braden Tice goes from third to first. I believe are our changes here. Under Nodak Insurance Company of Hillsboro and Mayville, pitching change. That's fouled back for Halfley. Count goes to 0-1. So an 8-6 lead for the Tommies. Odenbach looking to close things out. And give the Tommies their 11th win of the year. 0-1 pitch. Halfley smacks that one. Deep shot left field. Got it again! We got another! Someone cue DJ Khaled because that's another one. This time for Chase Halfley. A solo homer makes it 8-7. This game's getting a lot more interesting. That's now the 5th home run combined today. 3 for Thompson, now 2 for Hillsboro-Central Valley. All of them going to left or left center. Comes Braden Chenault here now. 1 for 2. Base hit, strikeout. Odenbach has surrendered a run. Pitch to strike. And I believe that 1-2. It is 1-2 now to Chenault. Richter on deck, Fortman in the hole. Nobody on, and Hillsboro-Central Valley needs just one to send this to an 8th. 1-2 pitch. Outside, ball 2. Odenbach. 2-2 pitch. Foul. Count remains 2-2. Odenbach. 2-2 pitch. Another ball. Full count here for Chenault. And what could very well be a region championship preview. Full count pitch. That's a walk. Drawn there by Chenault. The tying run is at first base with no outs on the board. Brings in Riley Richter. Richter on the day 0 for 3. A couple of strikeouts and grounded into a double play. So we've had 5 home runs and 3 double plays combined today. 15 runs total. And about a dozen strikeouts combined as well. We've had it all in this one. Odenbach, first pitch. A little high. Count goes 1-0. 1-0 pitch, and that dings Richter on the back. So now the tying run moves into scoring position. The winning run is at first base, and that prompts Nate Solis to come out and have a conference there with his reliever. And can't bring Wolfgram in. He pretty much reached the limit. Elijah Smallbeck will come in to pinch run for Richter, I believe.
Now batting is number 4, James Fortman.
Brings in James Fortman, the senior. 1 for 3 on the day, base hit in the 4th. By the way, of the 15 runs, they've still been scored by 15 different players. Fortman, 0-1 is the count. Nobody has scored 2 runs or more in this game. As Fortman fouls it, count goes 0-2. Still, again, no outs on the board. Runners at first and second in the bottom of the 7th. Burrows need 1 to keep this game going, 2 to win it here in 7. Fortman foul. Count remains at 0-2. 8th batter for Hillsboro-Central Valley, Carter Limke. He did get on base a couple of times. He did score 1 run. His courtesy runner, Bryce Miller, scored the other. So, again, 15 different runners scoring the 15 runs. We might be here for another half hour just talking about all the different elements of this game. It's been a classic here as Fortman continues to battle. Trying to move the runners along. 0-2 pitch. Low, ball 1. Landon Olson on deck and Carter Limke in the hole. One-two pitch. And he fouled that one off the catcher's mask. Count remains at 1-2. Landon Olson on deck, Carter Limke in the hole, and last time they used a pinch hitter with Jacob Duffner. We'll see what they do in the 9th spot if they get that far. No outs on the boards. It's safe to say they might just do that, but Thompson's turned a couple of double plays today, so one in the 2nd and one in the 5th. Drew Odenbach, 1-2 pitch. Fortman pops it up, playable, and nabbed there by the first baseman. Chenault can't tag up. 1 down here now. And that's going to bring in Landon Olson. Olson on the game. 2 for 3, a pair of singles and a run scored. There's the pitch. Low and away. Count goes 1-0. All the Burros need is 1 to send this to extras. 1-0 pitch. Low and away again. 2-0. Tommy's looking to stay undefeated and pick up a couple of key outs here to end the game. Strike 1. Lemke back in the on-deck circle right now. 2-1 to Olson. Grounder to second. Tag. Toss. Got it. Drew Overby maybe with the play of the game. Tag. Smallbeck as he was going to second. And Landon Olson's thrown out off the 4-3. Call it double play unassisted further. And that does it for this classic. The Tommies stay undefeated, pick up their 11th win of the year, and the final score in a full 7 innings in about 2 hours. Game that had it all, 8-7, the final score. Hillsboro-Central Valley puts up a valiant effort and nearly knocks off the top team in the state, the Thompson Tommies. But Thompson, the defending state champions, they are that way for a reason. And they squeak by with another one. Again, 8-7, the final score on the Golden Harvest Tim Cossette Seed Sales scoreboard. We'll step away here, be back for our post-game comments, stats, and we'll have our play and player of the game as well here on your live event coming up next.
Are you dreaming of building or remodeling your dream home? This is Sonia from the Lighting Gallery, and we can help you from the time you start that dream to the time that your last fixture is hung in your room. We can come out to your house and do an in-home lighting design, picking out fixtures, working within your budget, working within your style, and putting together a full lighting package for you that makes your house feel like a home. If you're building, you're remodeling, visit us at the Lighting Gallery, located at 3622 South Washington Street in Grand Forks.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Hi, this is Chrissy Thompson from the Hillsboro-Central Valley School District, reminding you that ethics, integrity, and respect are values important to our daily lives. In our sporting events, educational lessons, and lifetime values taught by school activities. Remember that one simple word, sportsmanship. It's how you play the game. This message is from the Hillsboro and Central Valley School Districts.
Get healthy in 2024 with the help of Sweet Sips in Hillsboro. Grab the energy drinks, protein-packed beverages, shakes, coffee, and more to fuel your days. Many of their drinks have little to no sugar, making this part of your daily routine diabetic-friendly. Be sure to follow their Facebook page, as they're always giving their customers a fun new reason to stop on by. They're open 6:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, 9 to 1 on Saturday, and 10:30 to 1:30 on Sunday. That's Sweet Sips in Hillsboro. It's healthy fast food. At Thompson Public Schools, their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. You can visit their website, tps-k12.org, for school announcements and calendars, lunch menus, weather announcements, athletic schedules, and more. Follow them on social media and share in Tommy Pride with student updates and events with Thompson Public Schools. Thompson Public Schools thanks all students, staff, parents, alumni, and community members for their continued support. Good luck to the Tommies. Learn more at tps-k12.org.
Coming on back for our post-game, the final score on the Golden Harvest Tim Cossette Seed Sales scoreboard. Thompson holds off Hillsboro-Central Valley. It's the second time this season that the Tommies have won a region game by 1 when they've pretty much dominated the rest of their schedule. So that says something about how competitive this region is going to be when we get down to the region tournaments. Of course, we'll talk about that when we get there in a few weeks. But for now, Thompson moves to 11-0 on the year, 3-0 in region play. Hillsboro-Central Valley falls to 2-6 overall, and in region play go to 2-1. Storyline of the game was back and forth the whole way. Both teams played pretty darn even. And the tone of the game was set at the first at-bat with Thomas Schumacher. Tommy Hotshot hit one to left field. A home run in off of 3 pitches, just take 3 to get the first of 5 combined home runs, 3 for Thompson and 2 for Hillsboro-Central Valley. The Tommies and the Burros, they exchanged a few runs early. It's tied at 1 after 1. It was a 2-1 lead for Thompson after the top of the second. Burros added 2 more in the bottom of the second to lead it 3-2. And then the Tommies scored again here in the third to tie it up at 3 apiece. Thompson looked like they were going to pull away. They scored 3 runs more, 2 in the fourth and 1 of the sixth to lead it 6-3. But a 3-run bomb by Ty Leshik tied the game up at 6 going into the 7th. Thompson collected 2 more runs in the top of the 7th to make it 8-6. Another homer, this time for Chase Halfley, made it 8-7. And the Burros, well, they had their tying run at second, but a double play, the 4th double play of the game, third by Thompson, ends any chance of a comeback at Hillsboro-Central Valley. Individual scorers will start with the Tommies. Thomas Schumacher, again with that home run. He finished out the game 2 for 4 with a walk drawn and a pair of runs scored. I guess I have to correct myself in saying that the leadoff batters both scored twice. So the 15 runs were scored not by 15 different players, but by 13 different players here today. So I did miss look at that one. So I want to correct myself on that. Schumacher again, 2 for 4. Single, homer, 2 runs scored, walk drawn as well. Drew Overby finishes the game at 1 for 4 with an RBI double in the 4th. Brandon Wolfgram in the batter's box, at least not the most active game. 1 of 4, a single, RBI single in the 6th. That was a big one, though. Driving in Schumacher. A walk drawn as well. Will Welke with a big homer as well as an RBI single. He finished 2 for 4. Brody Gibson finished the game at 1 for 3 with a double and a walk drawn and a run scored. Jonathan Muse with a homer, solo bomb as well, a walk drawn and a base hit as well. So he finished 2 for 3. Jordan Gustafson finished 1 for 3, base hit, RBI single in the 2nd, a pair of strikeouts. Jeremy Tice 0 for 2. And Brayden Tice finished at 1 for 3, base hit in the 4th. Thompson offensive batting stats. Hillsboro-Central Valley batting stats. Ty Leshik, he went 3 for 4, 2 singles. He drove in, I believe, a couple of runs, or not sure if that was an RBI or not. I believe it was a two RBI single in the 2nd. And, again, that home run as well for Ty Leshik. Kyle Halfley finished the game 1 for 4 with a single. Chase Halfley 2 for 4, single and a homer. Brandon Chenault 1 for 2, I should say, with a double and a walk drawn. Riley Richter 0 for 3. James Fortman finished at 1 for 4, a single. Landon Olson was 2 for 4, a pair of singles. Carter Limke 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. Cooper Broughton drew a walk, and Jacob Duffner got a hit as well. And a run scored. Bryce Miller with a run scored. Carter Limke with a run scored. Landon Olson with a run. Chase Halfley with a run. And again, Ty Lechik with 2. Final line score here in this one. Thompson, 8 runs off 11 hits. They got out hit by the Burros, by the way. 7 earned runs, no errors, and 10 left on base. For Hillsboro-Central Valley, they had 13 hits, 7 runs, 8 earned runs, 1 error, and 6 left on base. Pitching statistics, both teams used 2 pitchers for the game. Chase Halfley started out for Hillsboro-Central Valley. He pitched 5 of the 7 innings. He allowed 5 of the 8 runs, all of them being earned. He also gave up 9 of the 11 hits. Excuse me, 8 of the 11 hits. And he finished the game with a 5 strikeouts, 6 strikeouts, 7 strikeouts. Boy, I keep adding them. 7 strikeouts there. I have him down for Chase Halfley. Brendan Chenault was the reliever. He allowed 3 runs, 3 more hits, and no strikeouts from what I see. Braden Wolfgram went 6 innings. He allowed 6 of the 7 runs and allowed 12 of the 13 hits. He did collect here 5 strikeouts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 5 strikeouts there in the winning efforts. That's your stats and storyline of the game here for you. So again, the final score, Thompson, the big win over Hillsboro-Central Valley, 8-7. I'll try to do the impossible and pick a player of the game and a play of the game as well. That will come up with our post-game connection as well. Comes your way to close out the game next.
This is Tim Cassette, your local Golden Harvest Seeds dealer. During these winter months, as you think ahead to the spring planting season, I remind you there is strong yielding varieties of Golden Harvest beans and corn available for spring delivery. There's discounts offered. Please ask me about Golden Advantage deferred payment options or any cash payment discounts. Call me, Tim Cassette, at 701-430-0877, and thank you for planting Golden Harvest seeds on your farm.
You know, parenting is hard for all of us. And so providing those little resources that we can share for those conversations that are hard to have and to kind of be that icebreaker for both professionals, parents, and then open up that conversation to the more engaging conversation that's needing to be had.
Being a parent myself, oftentimes it's the simple things that make a difference.
As a busy parent myself, just engaging with your kids, making it an everyday thing so they know that you're there, they can always come to you when those difficult situations do arise.
Contact Trail District Health Unit in Hillsboro for more information.
Joe McKeever has joined Ziegler Ag Equipment, Highway 9 North Ada, as a sales account manager. He can be reached at 218-350-2818 or the store number 218-784-2961. Visit with Joe McKeever or Chuck Croshes for all your sales needs with farm equipment from Ziegler Ag Equipment. Welcome Joe McKeever to the team at Ziegler Ag Equipment. Visit with Joe or Chuck for your ag equipment needs from Ziegler Ag Equipment, Highway 9 North Ada.
Final score here again on YourLiveEvent.com. The Thompson Tommies get the win over the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros 8-7. As we continue our post-game comments, let's take a look at our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Enbridge Life takes energy, Enbridge.com for career opportunities. And this was, of all the players of the game I've had to decide on, I think this year, fall sports, winter sports, spring sports, this was the hardest, I think, because you could have even given a player of the game for some plays made for Hillsboro-Central Valley. You really could have. But again, this was a hard one to do. And, of course, it's hard to believe that someone who just hits a home run, that's not enough to be a player of the game. You got to do more than that. So I looked at both offense and defense, and I felt who had the most complete game. Honorable mention goes to Brandon Wolfgram. He pretty much went the distance and did just enough to have his defense help him out and to give them the win. But a guy that was involved on offense and defense, he scored. He was the only Tommy to score 2 runs today for Thompson. He set the tone early on the first 3 pitches of the game with a home run, and he was involved in 2 of the 3 double plays for Thompson, and as well a total of 5 putouts on the defensive side. So he was there on the offensive side and the defensive side. Thomas Schumacher, the leadoff batter, is my Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Again, Thomas Schumacher, Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Life takes energy. Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Time now to take a look at our Arctic Enterprises Precision Play of the Game. Arctic Enterprises, Hillsboro, and Drayton, wishing all of our regional farmers a safe and prosperous planting season. Play of the game, there was a lot of plays to be made. 5 total home runs, 4 total double plays. How do you pick just one? Well, you pick the one that ended the game. Drew Overby had the foresight to get the tag out of the runner going to second for Hillsboro-Central Valley and then throw it to first. Just had that baseball IQ, of course. A lot of great IQ from that quarterback, point guard, and second baseman there. And Drew Overby is behind our Arctic Enterprises Precision Play of the Game. Again, Arctic Enterprises, Hillsboro, and Drayton wishing our regional planters a safe and prosperous spring planting season. And last but certainly not least, let's get to our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection, keeping you connected. Discover local reliability you can trust at HalsteadTel.com. Again, just running down some of the crazy things we saw in this game. Offense and defense. In my 7 years of broadcasting high school sports, it's the first time I've ever seen 5 home runs combined at a high school level. 3 for Thompson and 2 for Hillsboro-Central Valley. I think it's the first time also I've seen 4 double plays in the same game between these two teams. Both teams played as even of a game as you could, and both pitchers were connected as well. They combined for for about 200 pitches, for the starters anyway. And it's a game that went the distance, 7 innings, 8-7 was the final score. Again, that prompts our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection, keeping you connected. Discover local reliability you can trust at HalsteadTel.com. Well, that'll about do it here for me tonight. A game that lasted about 2 hours. Thompson edges Hillsboro-Central Valley 8-7 is the final score in 7 full innings. These two teams are set to meet next week in Thompson. See if the I believe it's in Thompson. We'll see if the Burros can get the season split. Again, that wraps things up here on YourLiveEvent.com. For all of us here at YLE, for our executive producer, Mark Forsyth, our marketing director, Jim Burkmeyer, our magic video man himself, Jack Albee, as well as all the voices on YourLiveEvent.com, led by our co-sportscaster of the year, Chase Miller, and our newest, I'm going to give a shout-out again to our newest member, Greg Grenz, will be helping us out as we move our coverage a little bit further to the west. So you can hear, he'll be able to help us with the Region 3 tournament as well, Region 3 baseball tournament, along with the Region 1 baseball tournament, Region 2 baseball tournament, Region 1 and 2 softball, and as well as some EDC action. And don't forget Northeastern Track and Field meet right here from the Hillsboro Athletic Complex. We'll have that for you. It's going to be a jam-packed May, and it's going to be a fun one. Again, from all of us here at YourLiveEvent.com, James Martin's saying, Region 2 baseball fans, Tommy fans, Burrow fans, show some pride. Have a wonderful rest of your sunny Tuesday.